This actually might be the first time in history that a girl is about to turn 18 and she's like, all right, I'm gonna be a bitch. Yeah. Listen, man, are we living in the age of Satan? Did he came out of fucking hell and brought, misery and craziness and fucking all the deadly sins together to this goddamn realm? Or is this hell itself? You know what I mean? Because every girl now, they're like dark triad, man. They're trying to hustle this OnlyFans things. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, what we're gonna talk about today is like how the values are gone, and I have, the displeasure actually of, having a few of these girls coming in. And one of them, we're gonna address it now. Obviously, this was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't remember exactly. It's when destiny, it has to come your way, I guess, especially when you work in restaurants, man. Because I met this person 2 times, and the first time, we're gonna delve into right now. So I'm working at a place, Mexican restaurant called Agave Azul in Orlando. And it's one of the best Mexican foods that it is out there. And this girl comes in, fucking huge bitch, man. Like, her lips were overwhelming. She looked like a scared catfish, right? The whole vibe, the ass was overpowering the seat, man. She was like what we call fat delicious, right? She was fat but hot, right? She was fat but she has curves, Like when she walked, she was like, the ass was bong, 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 bong. Weird, man. But anyway, she sat down. It was her and her mom the first time. And this is interesting because she ate it, but she didn't address me. Her mom had to address me in Spanish. She didn't talk to me. She was just like looking at her phone with her fucking lips. I don't know what it is about the lips thing, man, because everybody also just like stare with the lips in the camera. They don't have any, whatever. Might be another subject for another video. But the first time everything went okay, her mom came up to me and was like, yo, that's how I knew she was an OnlyFans girl, because her mom at the end came up to me and gave her a card. Like, you should like know about my daughter business. That's what she said. And then I saw it. It was like, I don't know, something pleasure, whatever, like Darlene at pleasure, whatever. And they left, right? But one thing I remember, she kept asking me for tahin. That's how I knew I met her the second time. And the second time was wild because she tried to run out of her bill. And that's how obnoxious and entitled these people are. Because the first time she was with her mom, she drank like 2 margaritas and she kept asking for more tahin. Tahin, that spicy red salt that you see in restaurants, Mexican restaurants, a lot of them, it blends well with the margaritas, that's why like some margaritas, you have that on the rim. And also goes on dishes as well. Spice dishes, very good. And she kept asking because like, I think her lips, bro, is so like a rubber, right? When you put that much lip in, injection into your lip, that you start looking like a fucking alien. And she kept like just with her finger, she would like dab her finger on the goddamn tahin and put it over her lip, She kept doing that. That's how I remember her. They leave, I think like she didn't tip me correctly, like 18 or 20%. She left me like $10, A lot of people think $10 on a bill is acceptable. But, that's another subject for another video again. The point is, they leave. And I think like, I'm never gonna see this bitch again. Fuck this, right? 2 years later, which is more recent, this was in 2023 or 2024. 2024, I believe. So I'm at this place called Cava's Tacos and Tequila. And I'm the lead bartender in there. So when she comes in, I look at her, I'm like, man, do I know this bitch? Do I remember this bitch from somewhere? I think I do. And then lo and behold, she asked for tahin on the side. And she kept doing the same goddamn thing. Putting tahin, and talking to people. Anyway, it was happy hour. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She gets wildly drunk. Keep asking for tahin. Now it's obnoxious how much tahin this bitch is consuming. I'm like, god damn, she's gonna have some sort of diarrhea. You better hold this together, bitch. Anyways, her check is like, she drank around fucking 12 margaritas, man. The margarita on the happy hour was $5. So I wasn't not really worried about like she's tipping me, because the tip will be like $10 again, and that actually will be the price, right? So kept asking for tahine. All of a sudden, dude, she just walks out in the restaurant. Walks out on the street, is like in front of some restaurant now, fucking drunk as shit, and taking pictures. So I went outside. I was like, hey, I still gotta pay your tab. You coming back? Because I need a card. She was like, what? Excuse me? Don't talk to me. I already left your place. You got no right to talk to me. I was like, excuse me? You gotta pay your tab. You have like a $65 tab to pay. You cannot just walk out of the restaurant. That's a crime. You want me to call the police on you? Then she started flipping. Fuck you. You know who I am? And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, listen. Everybody's seeing this shit, because this was in a mall. There was like a thing in a place in Orlando called The Point, which has a lot of restaurants around. And she started yelling. And I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna talk to you because that's crazy, but I'm gonna call the police on you, all right? And the security, very fortunately, was walking by. I was like, hey, listen, this woman didn't pay. Can you hold her for me? And then she's like, oh my God, you're such a piece of shit. I'm like, holy shit. Then they made her come back and pay the bill and leave. Thank God. Now, for me to never see that bitch again, bro. So that's what is going on in society? Because that's an example that I have that is very clear, because I was insulted. I was kind of humiliated, right, by this girl. And there was no any sort of empathy in the interaction. She did not address me as a human being. She addressed me like something that like I was just a stepping stone on a date that she was going, right? Anyway, that's not the point. The point is like she committed a crime, which is like walking out of a bill and having this goddamn bitchy attitude, you know, cunty behavior, right? That is outstanding in society today. Because a lot of girls now, they know like this, right? We live in a goon epidemic. Every man is like, oh, sending those hearts, right, on the Instagram when somebody posted like a thirst trap, and you respond to it with the fire, with the hearts, with the mouth drooling. Now, that's all basically man shitty behavior. And, oh, you blah, blah, man. But also, we live in a society now that knows how to manipulate the basic emotions of all of us, right? Because when I'm serving people and immediately like you can catch them, all right, this person thinks she's more important than she actually is. Why she's behaving in such obnoxious fashion? It's basically the first thing that comes into my mind when I'm dealing with women that they know, like, it's not they're hot because they're not hot. Like, it's weird because we have trans people doing a lot of these things, right, that women are doing, like lip injections, facial, like jawline adjustment, shit like that. So women are now, it's funny because you don't know if the trans people are doing these implants and shit to look like more women, to look more like a woman, or the women are doing this shit to look more like a trans guy. Because for me, that's not attractive, right? But they're like, it's weird, man. How many girls actually, they would show you like just the lip, in, like they'll stare at you like, excuse me, with the lip thing, like I had money to put this on, look at me. Like, that's the attitude, you know? Anyway, that was not the first or not the last time that this is gonna happen, but that's an example that illustrates how crazy and how demonic everybody is now. Because she probably makes money. She should be able to pay the goddamn bill instead of walking out. And I don't think she tipped anybody that day, which was like, just leave, man. You're such an embarrassment, you know? And I think now we get into a point in society that it really sucks. You know, women know they can manipulate men. They treat us like an object instead of like, you know, it's like they're getting revenge for all the shitty man behavior in the past. And listen, if you're dating somebody who has those, you know, influencer, you know, hack vibe, you gotta get out of there, man, because it's not gonna serve you, because it's the most entitled, selfish, cunty era of women right now. I mean, there's a few of them that are, you know, still playing the right mindset game, but the majority, especially people who, you know, lean towards this OnlyFans, thirst trap bullshit that a lot of men are doing. You know, there's a girl that promotes like her OnlyFans with her family. which is insane. But now it seems like the motive that she convinced her parents to accept that was like, Dad, when I make $1 million, I'll give you a car, I'll give you this, I'll give that. It's all materialistic, you know, it's all possession. It's the weirdest dark triad of all. We literally dealing with the darkest manipulation of all time. And I want to ask you guys, what's the answer for this? Because that's wild, man. Nobody really wants to be decent, man, you know? So anyway, that's the piece I have for today. Only for girls don't tip, and they make money.